barbecue with this dude. We eat ribs and whatnot and listen to salsa music. You see where I'm coming from?
Yeah. And you had no indication that there was anything
going on? Bro, not a clue.
He used to go back inside the house with the baby. He always said that was his granddaughter. So really, he was fooling us. You know, I mean, he made a fool of all of us.
The way I look at that house on the outside, and you can tell, you know what I'm saying, the plastic bags in the windows, they're all drapes are down, there's boards over the window. It's like you know something, but then you don't know it. You know, you don't want to think that it's your neighbor, but then it is your neighbor. And
neighborhood with neighborhood, we need to watch out for all kids. Really, watch who your neighbor is, because you'll never know.
All right, when you hear those neighbors, what a lesson to all of us, right? If you see something suspicious going on next door, you want to take action. Can you take action? How do you take action? Former Detective Mike Brooks with us. And here's what I wanted to do, Mike. I wanted to let's bring up the first picture, Alan. Is that okay? Of the front of the house here on the telestrator, okay? Now, you look at this house. What seems odd to you? Let's say you live in this community.
You know, normally, I mean, it's boarded up windows. We see one there. You know, you see just curtains over the windows up here, Kira. You know, but different neighborhoods, you know, houses are different. I mean, okay, in my neighborhood, there's houses there's boards on windows, but people are living there.
You see kids playing outside. You see a guy going back and forth. Apparently, he's bringing bags of McDonald's on a regular basis. Right. Why would everything be covered up? You can't see anything inside that house.
Yeah, I mean, that is kind of a clue, I would say, because the curtains are never open, right. You know, even on probably on a nice day, because they're hiding something. But how do you know they're hiding something?
All right, next picture. Quick, can we do real quickly? How much time? I've got 20 seconds. All right, I tell you what. This is the outside of the house, okay? I'm going to point out that we think this is a mattress. There's a couple things here that intrigue me, and including the back door. Mike, the back of this house on Seymour, okay, where these three girls were found, apparently some neighbors were able to look into the backyard. They saw a mattress. They saw a naked woman that was out in the back on all fours. A man was yelling at her. I mean, what should they have done?
You know, this might be the kind of neighborhood where somebody sees something. Oh, I don't want to get involved in that. You know, I don't want to get in that man's business. You know, the mattress, you see that in a lot of neighborhoods. Naked women crawling around out back, you don't. You know, we go back to the old adage, if you see something, say something. You know, but again, what is your neighborhood like? How well do you know your neighbors? You know, do you have a black captain, these kind of things? In this particular neighborhood, I don't think they did.
All right, so David, legally, what can I do? I see something funky. Should I go onto their property? Do I take a picture? Do I call 911? I mean, what can I do to prove that something isn't right?
Well, number one, I think you should consider your safety. If something looks very suspicious like that, there's a naked woman in the other yard, I can definitely see the people who are inclined to kind of turn the other way because maybe they're afraid of the neighbor. The best thing I think you can do is alert the authorities. You saw it. It's in plain view. If you could snap a picture with your cell phone, hey, do it. But I would definitely call the police and say, hey, we just saw a naked woman in the back. It's very suspicious. Please come over and check this out.
J.C. Dugard, 18 years held captive. All right, can we look at the backyard of J.C. Dugard's house, guys? No, this is a shed. This is another story. The picture before this. No, this is the three toddlers that were held in the shed. Can we go to the backyard of J.C. Dugard's house? All right, let's see if we can get it right. But here we go. Perfect. Okay, great. All right, this is the backyard, folks. Okay, look at these tents. Look at the holes in the fence. Look at all this activity that truly it looks like people are squatting back here. And for 18 years, nobody said anything. So
I think this was a failure of the system. In this particular case, I think the system failed her.
You know, you're right. Social workers were called to that house. They came into the house, never went into the backyard. Judge, we should demand more. I mean, from the system that's supposed to protect us.
Well, there was someone dropped the ball there for sure. But what happens is the community has to be involved. In the old days, we were closer, and now there's so much moving around from town to town. When I was a sheriff's legal advisor, we had a hard time solidifying a case, making a case solid, because we couldn't get the witnesses to come and testify. And it's still a major problem.
But when they came out to this house, it's up to them, when they're doing their checks, to go into that house and check that house. Go out to the backyard, go down to the basement. They didn't do that in this particular case, and that's why I say the system did fail her.
All right, the next story. Do we have the picture of the shed, you guys, on this one? Okay, here we go. Great. Let me clear this out. All right, this is the other one I wanted to show you. This is this was in Oregon. Here's the house. Here's a shed in the back. Look, this is the picture from the street. Here's the driveway. A neighbor happened to hear voices in this shed. 3 little toddlers for months left in this shed, okay? Everybody ignored it. But finally the neighbor said, you know what? Something's funky. I hear something in that shed. How do you convince somebody that it's going to be okay if you tell the authorities that you're going to take action?
It was a 3-year-old and a 2-year-old. You know,
no, I'm talking about the citizen.
Right, but when you hear something like that,
people said they were scared. They were afraid that they would be hurt. How do we convince them that they can be protected? Can they be protected?
Yes, they can be protected. And you've got to convince people of that. But some people just don't trust law enforcement to take care of them properly. But that's where we have to instill some, empowerment with people.
We'll keep talking about this. Conversation continues right after this.